I'm glad I was able to get these shoes, but I also hope that there's more to come as far as the dotSWOOSH community goes. And from a design standpoint, I think they did a great job with these. Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. We finally made it to the weekend, and today I want to get into a pair of kicks that I have really been looking forward to. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these TINAJ Nike Air Force Ones. Alright, so Nike has kind of been pushing this whole dotSWOOSH movement where you can buy virtual shoes. The idea of owning like a virtual picture of a shoe or like a virtual token, that by itself isn't really appealing to me. However, I did buy one of those boxes of Air Force Ones, and you could open it or leave it sealed. I bought it with the intention of hopefully being able to redeem it for something down the road. A lot of times NFTs and that kind of thing will have some sort of utility. In this case, if you bought a virtual box of the Air Force Ones and you opened it by a certain date, I think it was October 16th or something, you would get exclusive access to buy these shoes. So because I had bought that virtual pair of shoes and I opened the box to reveal what they were, I was able to make this purchase. And when I saw the design of these, I was actually really pumped because I think they look great. But anyhow, it came in this plain cardboard looking box. The tag reads Air Force One TINAJ. The colors are black and sail. The reason why they're calling this TINAJ is because that stands for this is not a JPEG. A JPEG is obviously a digital picture, but this is something, you know, physical, not just a digital image. When you open the box, you can see that it's like an inside out Air Force One box, and I think that's cool. And then we've also got some really thin dotSWOOSH paper on the inside of it. Alright, but enough about the box, let's look at the shoes. I really like this design. They did one of those like sneaker lives or something where they were talking about these. And as soon as I saw these, I actually told my buddy Silent Z that I really wanted a pair. So I was glad that I was able to get that exclusive access and that they did actually reward you for buying that NFT, the digital image of the Air Force Ones. I forget which pair I had, but it wasn't anything like real cool. I saw where some had cool like animations along with it, but mine was just like a regular looking pair of shoes. It didn't do anything crazy, and honestly, it wasn't even that good looking of a pair of Air Force Ones. However, when I saw that I could buy these, I was really pumped, and I knew that I was going to try to get them. I heard numbers reported of these were like around 20,000. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if they were that limited, because I'm sure a lot more of those virtual Air Force One boxes were purchased than that. And I thought they made it sound like everybody who got a box and opened it would be able to get a pair of these shoes. So I just assumed there would be enough made for everybody who has revealed a box. From what I heard, numbers of these were really low. So I'm really glad that I was able to get my pair. Some things that stick out immediately are on the outside of the shoe, you have that verbiage, this is not a JPEG. And you also see that dotSWOOSH emblem. We've also got dotSWOOSH branding on the tag, on the tongue, as well as on this little lace jewel, but this one has that dotSWOOSH emblem on it. They also came with a spare set of laces in that cool blue color, and I think I might actually throw these in whenever I go to wear them. Stick around to the end because I am going to throw these on feet and we can talk about sizing and that sort of thing. This is actually the first pair of Air Force Ones that I've bought in the past couple of years. I like Air Force Ones, it's just I haven't really added any to the collection here recently. Like I said, I really like the design of this one, and I liked how they were actually letting you redeem your utility for this physical pair of shoes. I heard some people say that they're just keeping their pairs on ice because they think it'll be collectible and that sort of thing, and I can understand that. However, I plan on wearing these pretty soon. These actually really remind me of another pair of kicks that I just added to my collection this year. So this is obviously the TINAJ Air Force One. This is the clot fragment dunk, and maybe in this way it doesn't look the same. However, I'll try to find a picture of one of these that has this tearaway fabric ripped off of it and also has the lace swap in it. Even the color of those laces reminds me of the TINAJs, but also just having this black go down the middle, and then if you tear away this fabric, it's got black underneath of it, but it's also got fragment branding right here in the same place that the TINAJ has the dotSWOOSH branding on it as well. So there's just a lot of similarities there. Obviously, the Air Force One came out in '82, I believe, and the Nike Dunk came out in '85, I think. Maybe '84. I'd have to look that up. But they're both basketball silhouettes, and just like the Jordan 1, they all kind of fit in that same niche. I think these are both really cool kicks. These I'm keeping on ice until I have a special occasion to break them out for, but these I'll be throwing on feet like immediately. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on today and show you all what they look like. One thing that I didn't realize until I got them in hand was the tag said black sail. I didn't realize that this up on the toe is a sail color, and I guess the midsole is as well because it matches it, but I was just thinking that it was all white. However, it is definitely a sail color. If you see it up next to bright white, you can tell that there's just a tint. It might not be as dark as some other sail shoes that I've seen, but it's definitely got a tint to it, almost like eggshell or something like that. Another thing I really like about these shoes is that it has this icy blue translucent rubber outsole, and it's got the same tread pattern that Air Force Ones always have, with the pivot point in the front and at the heel. Then at the midfoot, it's got some Nike branding. And then as we come up to the side of the shoe on the midsole, you can see a little bit of air branding, but that's all in a sail color, and the stitching matches the midsole perfectly. And that also matches the front portion of the shoe up here on the mug guard and then the toe box area. One thing that I was a little bit disappointed in with this is this leather on the back reminds me of the Dunk Low Bayou material, and it's actually soft. It's got a tumbled finish to it, so it's got a lot of texture to it. I really like this material. However, on the front, it just feels like standard Air Force One material. And I would think that for a shoe like this, that they could have, you know, given us something a little bit better material-wise. This just kind of feels synthetic, so that is a little bit of a disappointment. It won't keep me from wearing them or anything like that. And again, I really think that overall the finished product looks really nice. Again, on the front we have that dotSWOOSH emblem embroidered on. For the tongue and the whole back half of the shoe, we have that tumbled leather, and I really love the way that blue just pops off of there. I think it looks great. They came with black laces in it, but of course it had that spare set of blue laces like I showed you earlier. And the sock liner is black, but the insole is that blue color, and it's got dotSWOOSH branding down on that as well. But that was a pretty quick look at these in hand. I'm going to go ahead and throw them on feet so you all can see how they look, and we'll talk about sizing and that sort of thing. I'll be right back. All right, so I got them on feet, and I gotta say, I forgot how comfortable Air Force Ones are to wear. It's been probably over a year, maybe even over 2 years since I've even had a pair on feet, and they are quite comfortable. I would also stick with what I said in the beginning. True to size is the way to go. I think Air Force Ones tend to run a little bit bigger than even like Jordan 1 lows and that sort of thing. So I'm glad that I went true to size and grabbed my size 10. I do have a wider foot. If your foot is really narrow and you like a really snug fit, you might even want to go a half size down, but true to size works out well for me. as far as the style goes, I really like it, and I think they look great. It's funny, you can tell whenever you have them on feet, the front is definitely a more stiff material than what the back is. You can tell the back is more soft, but the front is really stiff. They'll probably crease, but I'm not really worried about that. I never really went hard on the NFTs or anything, but if they do have some sort of utility and you can redeem it for something, then I do actually think that's pretty cool. So I'm glad I was able to get these shoes, but I also hope that there's more to come as far as the dotSWOOSH community goes. And from a design standpoint, I think they did a great job with these. There's a little bit of that POV. I think they look great on feet. And too, the Air Force One is a silhouette that you can wear all year round. For the most part, they're pretty waterproof. All right, well, hopefully that was enough to give you a good look at these TINAJ Air Force Ones. I really like this design, and I'm hoping that there's more to come from dotSWOOSH in relation to physical shoes like this, not just digital assets, because I don't really have too much interest in that unless it serves a purpose like enabling you to get limited products. But anyhow, let me know what you think about these. Let me know if you grabbed a pair or if you've grabbed any of those digital images of Air Force Ones and what you think of the whole dotSWOOSH idea. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.